hat head in the way over here. I'm trying to... Hello!
Good morning.
Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow!
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Hey! It's like we got sleep last night, but only one of us did.
Well, no.
We'll get to that. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in sunny and clear-skied Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
What were you going to say?
You're at sleep. I just started it later than I was wanting to.
Yeah, it's all good. I guess I went to bed, I don't know. Not that it really matters. I think I went to bed earlier than usual. I don't know. No. Anyway, you don't need to sit here and like listen to me think out how much sleep I got last night. I think I slept through the night better though. That's what I'll say. So, maybe I'm rested right now. We'll see how this goes. But it's God, there's like creaking. I think it's the wind. It's Thursday. It's our 1 day a week right now that we're filming, and we're mostly, I think, going to update you on things we've been doing or progress we've made or that kind of thing. So, yeah, let's start with you. So animal stories.
Animal stories?
Just to, I mean, I don't really have any good Avi stories, I think, other than him falling off the couch and, like, tumbling, and doing the whole, you're my pillow, and then I moved, and then I look over my shoulder to see his feet go, ah!
You saw nothing.
And then he, instead of getting mad at me for moving, he was just like, nothing happened. Nope, I'm good. But we had to have a pillow time this morning. And pillow time is, I need to be his pillow. He needs to lie, like I need to be on the couch, sitting with my legs on the couch. So he can sit on my legs on the couch every morning before I go to work. Like that's our routine apparently. And if we skip the routine, he gets fussy. So we had the pillow time this morning and he started to like settle in and almost like show his tummy and everything. And then I said, guess what? I have to go to work.
Poor Avi.
Poor Avi.
Life is so hard.
Yes. And then the other animal story is we have started observing and making connections between seeing white squirrels on the way to work and it being a crazy day, which can mean a good sales day, but doesn't necessarily. And so I am going to have to report back to you on this if we remember, because, we haven't seen a whole lot of white squirrels lately. And there have been slow days. For anyone who's new to joining the show, Brevard, North Carolina is known for their white squirrels. And like half the things in Brevard are named white squirrel fill in the blank. Because we're known for white squirrels, And yes, when we see a white squirrel on the way to work, it usually means it's going to be a good day, it's going to be a busy day, it's going to be a crazy day, something. It's going to mean something. Which, yes, anyone who's not superstitious could say, well, that's just random coincidence, right? But I'm driving to work, thinking about how we haven't seen any recently.
Saturday was the last day I saw white squirrels.
And we had a busy day Saturday.
Busy day Saturday.
So I'm sitting at an intersection, probably about 5 minutes from work. And looking at the light, and through the light, behind the light, in the trees, I suddenly see a white squirrel doing the whole, like, balancing for dear life, trying not to fall into the street and get hit by a car. But somehow squirrels manage to pull that off most of the time. Yeah. So I say, okay, I have now seen a white squirrel. I have to tell Liz this. And then I turn at that light, and I go to the next stop sign where I get to turn to come down to work. And as I turn at that stop sign, I see a white squirrel on the right foraging. So I have now seen 2 white squirrels on the way to work.
I'm less than enthusiastic.
Liz is like, no. But, so we will have to report back to you on what that means. But that's been my adventures with animals lately. So Liz, what are you working on?
I am working on Project 194.
Something in the 190s. Okay.
Yeah. somebody came in and bought, it wasn't this, it was the bluer one.
Okay, the
Of
blue or
the
teal.
dégradé.
The Cumulus Rainbow Degradé.
Yep.
Or maybe it's just Cumulus Degradé. Yeah.
And I
Really
was
soft
like,
cotton, color changing.
now I have to play with that. And because it was gorgeous. So I stood there and paired it with Dark and Broody. And so, like, I was standing there and Hannah's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to pick colors. And we stood there looking at each other and moving yarn around for, like, I don't know, 10 minutes before we came up with this. And Hannah was like, and I got this. So, it's a thing.
Was it Major League was the movie where the guy's like, you're the best color man in the business, and it's the guy a color man in announcing is the sidekick who like adds color and flavor to descriptions, and I'm like, that was just so verbose. No, I'm being sarcastic. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that'll work. So anyway, I
think it's gonna be really pretty.
I'm doing a triangle shawl. And I'm kind of like, it's my 1864 shawl that I like to go do. I have 4 skeins, 2 red, 2 of the dégradé, or the berry. Anyway, I am...
Are you going to every other row, or are you going to change up your stripes?
I'm going to start in, like, I'm going to do it kind of as a riff on the Irish shawl, where the stripes will get thicker.
Oh.
Yeah.
And here's my question for those at home who can or cannot see it, is what are you doing with this thing?
That's my center marker.
Oh, it's just a marker, and you're going to keep moving it as you go?
Yeah, I keep moving it as I go.
Because it looks like it's weaving in and out. Okay.
It is.
So instead of having a stitch marker, you're doing that?
Yeah, because I didn't have a stitch marker when I started.
I was like, that's so inventive. And instead of us, because she didn't have any. Are you going to keep that going, though, now that you're in a place with stitch markers and you have stitch markers on your dress?
No, I have death on my dress that hangs from his stitch marker. I don't think they can see it. See, it's a death.
Yeah, but he's on, like,
He's
big
on
one.
a stitch marker.
So, technically...
Technically, I have stitch markers.
But
I
it's being otherwise occupied.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't
There's
decided
no, you
whether
don't
I'm
have
going to, you know.
There's nothing that says you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, it's one of those... Okay, let me put it this way. There's a low-tech hack for everything. There's ways to do things where you don't have to buy anything from us if you really wanted to. But we do sell lots of cool things.
Yeah, I like the fun stitch markers, and I own like a bazillion of them, which is more than a bajillion, by the way.
A bajillion and then a bazillion.
Yes. I own like a literal bazillion stitch markers. And
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Like Rebecca on Knit Night, I don't have them near where I want them to be when I need them. So
They're never where you need them when you need them.
yeah. So
For anybody.
I have my own make a stitch marker. So I started that on Tuesday night. I changed out my hair this weekend. Well, kind of. I tightened it.
And you changed out parts of it.
Yeah, I tightened it, and instead of the pink, which some people thought was gray, I
thought it was brown, actually.
brown, gray. Anyway, now it's got teals in it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And, you also finished hair.
I did finish. I finished spinning my hair for May, and now I have to ply it, and then I have to cut it, and I'll show it off.
So
next week.
one step of that
One
is
step
done.
out of the...
And why is May? Why do you want hair in May?
Well, May hair is going to be for the yarn crawl. It's dragon themed. So
Yay! I got it almost kind of shows up in the light here. We had our fairy hair lady come, and I got red because I said our shop colors, because it's the theme of the crawl is the Year of the Dragon. And I'm like, our shop colors are yellow and red. like mostly yellow, but yellow and red. And I would really like to get shop colors for the crawl in my hair. And she decided that the red goes better with my hair color than the gold. Like the gold or yellow wouldn't be seen as well. So I have red in my hair. It may or may not be visible, but so
It's
that's
pretty.
that's my getting ready for the crawl. Ta-da! Done. I haven't decided if I'm wearing special nails for the crawl.
I
I don't think I have like any pattern stuff I have. Like I have ones that are red with yellow swirlies on them, but those are the stickers. And my nails, these are attached, and my nails under these are sad. So I don't think they'd be grown out in enough time to do that justice. So we'll see.
we'll see.
I may not. I may just have pretty nails and not nails that are theme related. That's okay. You were gonna say something. I cut you off. Is it gone?
It's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
It ran faster than my brain could follow.
Oh man. Well, okay. So that's what you've been up to, right?
That's what I've been up to.
Okay. And I have a few things I've been up to, but none of it has crazy progress because there's a lot going on. I've decided we're throwing nuts and bolts and things we need to mention date wise into the center here because I'm bringing it up now. But we are getting ready for a lot of events here. We have a lot of we keep hinting we have so much going on behind the scenes at the shop and we can't talk about it, and just know that it's a lot and my brain is full and sometimes I'm unable to work on other stuff. But we have local yarn store day. We almost forgot about it because the crawl is a bigger event coming up just after it. But local yarn store day is April 27th. It's a Saturday. It's a week from this Saturday. So it's in about a week and a half, a little less than a week and a half. And in the past, we've done, like kits for the Casa Pinka stuff, and I've done samples, and there's things you can buy online, and what I'm doing instead, because I already know we're not going to have the energy. We could try, but we don't want to make promises we can't keep. And I don't even have the energy to do a sample. Casa Pinka has a cowl pattern that if you look her up online, you can probably see it. I might be able to put it out in a newsletter, just a picture of it. But she is doing one of those buy yarn with a local yarn store and get a free code. So any 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn that you buy from us on local yarn store day, we can give you the code for her pattern, and it's usually only a few days that you can redeem that code on Ravelry. And like Barocco's gonna have a free pattern for a cowl, and I haven't really heard from other shops. I think everyone's like me. It's kind of like, wait, it's what? Something's happening? We'll probably have a sale on local yarn store day, but I can't promise or announce anything right now. So that's coming up April 27th. I've got classes this weekend. In-person Saturday, virtual Sunday for fixing brioche mistakes. Basic mistakes in brioche. The weekend after that, so it's like this weekend is classes. Next weekend is local yarn store day. The weekend after that is another round of the last session of in-person and virtual classes for brioche about increasing and decreasing, and then we head into the crawl, like bam, the Western North Carolina yarn crawl. I know we're a broken record on this, but we're getting the word out. Is May 7th through 12th. Not all shops will be open on all days, but there's 12 shops participating this year. We will have a dragon in the shop. Most shops, if not all shops, will have something to find in the shop to get we have a little brochure now. I didn't bring it over, but where you can get your brochure stamped. And if you hit at least 6 shops, you get a little badge of honor saying, I found stuff. It's like a fun, like we talk about having side quests in Merge Dragons. It's like a side quest.
Yeah.
It's, all the shops though will be having giveaways. It's an in-person event. We know we have a lot of viewers who are all over the place. It's an in-person event. It's really hard to make this happen online or in person. It's just like with your birthday and stuff. It was really hard to swing doing both because then we have phone calls coming in and we'll have hopefully a lot of people in the shop, and that'll be hard to manage. So
The last 2 yarn crawls we've had since we started back up after the pandemic have pretty much been, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like,
it's good.
It's great.
But it's also very exhausting.
But it's so many people, and for most of it, there's just going to be the 2 of us, like normal.
Yeah,
So,
like we have Hannah some of the time, but not the days we usually have her, and so it's gonna be like wah, and so we probably will not be having our a Sunday sit and stitch on the weekend in May because it's gonna be crazy, and that week we won't be having the Tuesday one either because that'll be right after our first day of the crawl, and it will be insane. So. We'll try to keep you posted on all that. But most Tuesdays is our night for virtual sit and stitch from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. And you get into to the sit and stitch on Zoom with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
Okay. I want to make sure before I lost track of time that we did that. I was going to say, and now I'll say it now, like look how clean the table is. And you know why it's clean, Liz?
Because we had a pizza party on Saturday.
Because we had a pizza party for Liz's birthday on Saturday, and we needed to throw all the crap off the table.
Technically, it wasn't cleaned. It was more like slushed into a bucket.
Yeah, that means the table was clean, though.
The table was clean.
My projects were still a mess somewhere.
And right now, the table is clean in front of the camera.
It's like the parting of the Red Sea.
Yes.
There's a clutter over there, and there's clutter over here. And this clutter is some of what I've been working on. But keeping on the theme of Liz's birthday, I mentioned on social media I was making her a minion. And I decided that, like, late last week. And then I was trying to do it in secret, and I had to finally tell her because I knew I wasn't going to be done. But it's like, if I hold this at the right angle, he looks really lopsided. But this is the minion. He's going to be a little short guy, so he's Bob. Bob is a little short guy, apparently.
Yes.
So, squish, squish, squish. So this is the body and overalls of Bob. And I still have to I'm in the middle of making the feet, the legs and the feet. And then I'll make the arms, and then I'll do his big, huge eyes. But this is going to be Liz's minion when he's done. I'm really only working on him at the shop, which means it's dependent, because when I get home, I'm too tired. And all the little pieces, if I keep carrying them back and forth, are going to get lost.
They're going to go.
So I work on him. Yeah, okay, there we go. Because I had him stuffed and tall, and I think he's going to be cuter if he's squat. Anyway, someone on one of the things I've been making with all my little amigurumi, was like, hey, once it's kind of like clay once the stuffing's in there, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Anyway, so he's one guy I've been working on. Let's see if I can get him to, like, ta-da, in the corner there. Next thing, what I put on this morning. Oh, okay, let me do this. Squirrel. So we got a new yarn in, and we're not gonna be able to show off all the colors, but here's my other thing about local yarn store day. So, I started, because we can't do kits, I started knitting a sample swatch. I still don't have enough to measure for what I want to do with this new Noro. It's called Compaito, and it's got softer colors that don't change as drastically. Like, you can see color changes in here, but it's gonna be soft. And this yarn is 35% silk, 35% cotton, and 30% polyamide. And what that means, no wool, which is good for people who can't do wool. But it also, there's a lot of silk in here, so this could be decently warm too. Like, I'm making a summer tank out of this, but this could function I'm squirreling because my brain is going to other stats on this and stuff, but it could function for like a long sleeve top for somebody too. It's considered DK. I'm doing my gauge swatch on a size US 5 right now. And for the tank I'm trying to make, it is 150 gram little eggs, not little. All of Nora's stuff is, a lot of them are in these big eggs now. 150 grams with 450 meters, which is almost 500 yards of yarn. There are, I know that the color numbers go up to 8, but I think there's only 7 colors because I don't think there's a number 2. So they make colors and then they don't keep them all, but they number them. And so there's a 1, 3, I think it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 7 colors. And color 1 and 3 are really close to each other, but what we noticed is like they're both very pale and pastel. Color 1 is much cooler because the base tone of the color in it, I don't even think it would show up on camera, so why I'm not bringing it over. The base that the colors are dyed onto is much more of a white, not stark white, but whiter. And the base that color number 3 is dyed onto is more of a like ecru cream. Like it's an off-white, so it makes the whole thing feel a little warmer. So it's really warm and cool, but they're really close to each other. So because I'm not doing kits for local yarn store day, what I am trying to do is get more things up in the online shop. And so yesterday, I like to tell you all the steps, right? I took screenshots from Knitting Fever's website. Knitting Fever is the distributor of Noro, that have knit up samples, which may not totally match the dye lot we have, but it gives you some sense of how it knits up. So I took screenshots of the strips of that and photo edited them to change their orientation from landscape to portrait. And then I set up a filming station by our winder, and I took photos of these and I color edited them because iPhones always distort color. And then I went into Instagram to, like, that's my photo editing right now for putting labels and other things on, is Instagram. So I went into my photo editing and I set these pictures up with labels of the color names and saved them as new photos to my phone. And then I went into the photo editing, the Instagram again, and I set up to have the screenshot with the knitted sample next to my picture with the color number and saved that. And those I then had to export to my computer so I could put them into the online system, and I could attach the pictures to the items. So when you use the drop-down menu, when you select it from the online shop, the right picture comes up for the drop-down of what you want to see. And we always tell people, if you only click on the photos, it's not going to change what goes in your cart. If you use the drop-down menu and I've tagged it correctly, it will change the photo so it represents what's about to add to your cart. And then I got to write the description for it, and then I could publish it for y'all.
And that took all day.
That pretty much, because we had customers in the shop and I had lessons and other things like that. But I'm hoping to spend a little bit, which is probably most of the day. That's why I don't have a lot of progress on these other things, because that's what I did with my day yesterday. So this yarn is in the online shop. And we also, in kind of piggybacking on that, we're working with a company that can sync our online shop with Instagram and Facebook shops. So you can technically see correct inventory, at least as correct as we can get it. And you could buy stuff straight off of Instagram and Facebook now. So
it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Or you can go to our shop and buy it there. The disclaimer on that I will say is when we have sales, when we announce sales and we have codes, those will only work in our online shop, not the shops on Instagram and Facebook. They're not that synced. It's just like when you have credit, you got to call the shop because the online shop doesn't understand that. The Instagram and Facebook shops won't understand that there's a code. But we're not that savvy yet. But it is really cool when we don't have a sale. You can just be like, boop, ba-doop, 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 and easier. So, anyway.
Sweet.
So, yeah, all that to say, this is online now, and I haven't figured out if my needle is the correct size to make. I want to make the 2 fur tank, which is a tank top that you can wear with a V-neck in front or a flatter part in front instead of the V-neck. You can have the V-neck in the back. So I will let you know how that goes. Last night, what I did with the little bit of energy I had is I made some progress on, and this feels like it's all tangled, but that's it. There we go. I made some progress on my fluffy Ass Brioche cardigan. I had to transfer it to bigger needles or longer needles. They're trying to come unscrewed because I haven't tightened them very well. But this is with the, I'm using Ultra Alpaca Chunky. And this is with the brown, which is now my color A. This is the right side of it. And this is the wrong side. And I'm really glad I switched my color dominance, because this looks like one color. Whereas this guy pops with 2 colors. So, and you can see where the increases are happening. You can see where new brioche columns are kind of popping out of other brioche columns. It's really fun. So, and because I'm on a size 11 needle, this didn't take me long last night to get a little bit more progress, but you can see how that's going to sit. This is backwards, but you can see how it's going to sit around my neck. Da-da.
That looks so cool.
Da-da. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's like a little Egyptian collar or something. So I don't know if I've made any progress on this since last week. I don't think I have, but I figured I'd show it anyway. Shout out to Edith. One of our knitters finished her Dandelion Fields shawl, which is what this is, by Leslie Ann Robinson. And she blocked it, and like all of this stuff in here just like sings. Like if I pull on this and you see it open up, that's how hers looks, like permanently, instead of having to like yank on it. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. But time and energy being what it is, I have not made much progress on that. The last thing I have to show off with any amount of progress, I think I have made progress on this since last week, but not a lot. My white squirrel socks. Speaking of white squirrels. Ooh. I'm doing another white squirrel amigurumi, by the way, but not much progress. I'm doing my socks 2 at a time. These are the Siksik socks by the Petite Knitter, and for Arctic ground squirrels. And she had them with different color dominance. She switched them on her socks. I'm keeping them the same because I want white squirrels on both of them. But take a look. Like, I am pretty much done with the squirrels. Ta-da! So, aren't they cute? And then there's some more acorns and stuff. And then this is the part that goes fast for me, because when there's patterning, I'm like, I'm having so much fun. The rest of the socks might take me a while. But I had to, like, when I need to be calmed down at night, I actually, like, knitting color work calms me down. So, yes, I have both of these at the same point. I have squirrels on both of them. I think they're so fun. It's like the 2 squirrels I saw on the way in today. But that's where I'm at. And, the yarn I'm using for this is West Yorkshire Spinner's Silent Night. They're both sparkly colors, just for fun. But the background is West Yorkshire Spinner's Silent Night Signature Sparkle 4-ply, all tongue twisters. And the squirrels are Plymouth Electrolyte, which is a fingering weight yarn from Plymouth that's got, let's see if I can get it close, it's got some sparkles in it. And that's the opal colorway. And I should probably have enough left over after making these socks. I might be able to make another pair. Like, this could be shop pair, and then I make my own pair to wear. But will I finish 4 socks? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah. So life is hectic and crazy, and we'll update you on everything when we can. But for now, we are trying to get ready for local yarn store day and the yarn crawl, with more of an emphasis on the yarn crawl, to be quite honest. But please support the shop however you can as we're going through crazy times. And thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we are like 120 people away, a little more, but 120 people away from having a 2,000 subscriber sale. And I would think that we'd be heading towards at least 25% off sale for that. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's free to do. And it helps our algorithms, and it helps expose us to more people. And it could help earn you a YouTube-only sale. Like, social media will not hear about this. Only YouTube people, watchers, will hear about this. So please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Or as Liz would say,
like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
There you go. You got a few rows of that done. There weren't as many stripes when we started.
It's still early days.
So the stripes go fast. Yeah, like this right now, that's cool. This right now takes me about 4 minutes to get across, because I'm on an 11 needle. As it gets bigger,
I keep putting it down too. So like, anyway.
So, yeah. All right. So, we're gonna take off so we can open the shop, because we have to open in like 7 minutes. Yeah. I'll get this video up as soon as I can, and we will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.